start.
Okay, dear students, you are most welcome to the another session of nutrition. Dear students, as you are studying class 10, and we have already discussed there is different modes of nutrition, and also we have discussed what is nutrition itself. What is that? Nutrition may be defined as the process in which an organism takes its nutrients, or in a simple way, food from its surrounding. Okay, and also you have discussed the different types of nutrition on the basis of their process. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition, another is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So what is autotrophic mode of nutrition? In this type of mode of nutrition, an organism able to synthesize its food by its own mechanism, like the green plants and some chemosynthetic bacteria. In heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we have discussed different types like holozoic, parasitic, symbiotic, like this. And what is that? In this mode of nutrition, an organism depends on another organism for its food. It may be directly or indirectly. So we are not going to this one. Rather, we will today discuss what is the process of nutrition itself, or the very simply what is the mechanism of nutrition. Okay, so this process of nutrition can be divided. This complex process may be divided into different steps. First one is your ingestion. What is ingestion? Intake of food. That is taking the food, like the amoeba forms food vehicle and intakes by the process of phagocytosis. We are taking the food from the, suppose we are preparing food, we are taking the curry, that is we are intaking the food. Okay, suppose we are biting an apple, that is we are intaking the food through our oral cavity. That is intake of food, very simple. Then the process is digestion. So what is digestion itself? It is a very phenomenal and very important process in which the food is the complex food. Like suppose you are eating rice, which contains a nutrient, that is carbohydrate. So these carbohydrates are formed from the rice. Rice is the complex food, whereas the carbohydrate is the simpler form. So what is digestion? Simply, it is the conversion of complex food into simpler forms. So we will discuss further in later class how it is took place and what are the different organs are involved in it, and what are the different enzymes and also other things are involved to it. So now this process leads to the process that is very very important, that is absorption. I repeat it, absorption. What is absorption? Though these nutrients are formed in our alimentary canal. So now these simpler forms like glucose, protein and fats, these nutrients will be now leads to the bloodstream from the alimentary canal or gut itself. So this process of absorbing is called absorption. Okay, now in the process of absorption, these nutrients are came to the bloodstream. Now this blood will carry, the function of blood. These substances or simpler forms of food, that is nutrient, will be traveled to different parts of our body through the bloodstream as per as the requirement by the different parts of our body or organs of body or tissues of body. Now these things will be used up by the organs and tissues on the basis of their requirement. So this process is called assimilation. This process is called assimilation. So what is assimilation? It is a very constructive process in which nutrients are used for different constructive functions. Okay, now these are used by the organs. This process is called your assimilation. Okay, suppose my body required, suppose we are get fasted, so our body requires glucose. So this absorb when you take, suppose you take a rasgola. This rasgola have the numerous quantities of carbohydrate. This carbohydrate in the form of glucose will travel to different parts of the body and used up by the organs and tissues. Okay. Now what will happen after these nutrients are absorbed? They are assimilated. Whatever the remaining portions. What about these foods? These undigested food will be stored at the large intestine. Basically, you can say in the rectum and this undigested food will come or removed or ejected by the body in the form of fecal matter. So this process is called egestion. That is egestion. That is ejecting or removal of fecal matter from the body. Okay, so we have discussed the nutrition process in different steps. That is first ingestion, then digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Hope you have a simple idea about the process of nutrition. Thanks for your time.